Hey guys, Dr. Hill here once again, and we are going to be talking about the verb, the to be verb in Greek. This is the verb eimi. This is part of chapter 8, and we've already had a brief lecture on prepositions. This will be an even briefer lecture on the to be verb, the verb eimi in Greek. So if you have your book, open up to chapter 8. We are in 8.10. I'm going to make myself small up here. Amy, as you can see up here, the verb is a me. And we're going to talk about verbs in spades in chapter 15. Verbs are coming, okay? Don't, but we're not going to be doing that totally today. There's just one verb that we want to talk about, and that's the to be verb. And that's just because it occurs quite a bit in the Greek New Testament, and knowing it now will help you in your translation quite a bit. There's a few things that Mounts will talk about here. I'm just going to skip over on 8.11, the verbal grammar and the personal endings. We're gonna get to that. Doesn't totally apply to Amy because Amy is a bit of an irregular verb, so we're just going to memorize the forms. But as we look at this, there are three persons grammatically speaking. Okay, and if we go down here and we look at Amy just to see, let's just talk about the persons first. Three persons. So like the first person is I. I am the first person. When you speak, so I am the first person. You are the second person, and he, she, or it is speaking in the third person. Okay? So the first person singular is I, but the first person plural is we. Okay? So first person singular is I, first person plural is we. Second person singular is you, and the second person plural is you, unless you live in the South, and then it's y'all. Or also you could be y'all or all y'all. That's so you is singular, and then y'all, or it in real English. Sorry for those of you who live in the South. It's you. So second person singular is you. Second person plural is you, y'all, something like that. And then third person singular is he, she, it. And then the third person plural is they. Okay? So this is the way we are going to do all verbs, is we'll kind of write them out like this. We have the first singular, second singular, third singular, and then the first plural, second plural, third plural. Okay? So just going back up to going up to persons. We'll be seeing pronouns like ego is I, su is you, autos is he, she, it. Okay, and basically that a verb will agree with its subject. So if I say I am, then if I say ego, emi, then I have to agree in the person and number. So I am first person singular of the verb eimi is eimi. Say eimi. Eimi. And we would translate eimi, if it was just eimi on the page, that would mean I am. You do not need to have a pronoun in front of this verb for it to mean I am, because that's a distinct form of this verb. And if it just says eimi, it means I am. The second singular form of eimi is a. Say a. A. And a means you are. You are. Okay? A me, I am. A, you are. And then the third singular is estin. Say estin. And estin means he, she, or it is. He is, she is, it is. So a me, I am. A, you are. Estin, he, she, it is. Okay. One of the things about estin, and we'll say this about the third singular and the third plural, and we'll kind of wrap this up. But this nu at the end is what is called a movable nu, and sometimes when this verb butts up against another noun that begins with a vowel, that the nu will drop out. So sometimes you'll just see this as esti instead of estin. Okay. So that's the third singular. So a me, I am. A, you are. Estin, he, she, it is. All right. As we move down, the first person plural is esmen. Say esmen, we are. Second person plural, este. Say este. Este is you are, y'all are. And then the third plural is a sin. A sin. And a sin means they are. So a me, I am. A, you are. Estin, he is, she is, it is. Esmen, we are. Este, you are. A sin, they are. So that basically that's the paradigm for the verb a me. We already talked about the movable nu, but that is the basics of this particular paradigm. There's one other thing, one other vocabulary word that we're going to learn, and that is, so a me can occur in the present. This is the present active indicative of a me, okay? But there's also other tenses that a me can occur in, such as imperfect or perfect. And so a me, because this occurs so often, the verb ein, which is the past tense form of estin, so he, she, it was, and it occurs frequently, and so we memorize it now as just a vocabulary word. We'll get to the past tense, the imperfect tense of a me later on in like chapter 16 and 17. But for right now, ein is a vocabulary word that we will learn that just means he, she, it was. All right. One final point about a me is that when you have a to be verb, when a me is present, the subject of a me will be, the subject of a me will be in the nominative, but what comes after a me is it's not an object of the verb, it's the predicate. And the predicate will also be in the nominative. It's what's called the predicate nominative. And so you'll see two words in the nominative. One will be the subject of the to be verb, and one will be the predicate of the to be verb. And usually the subject will have the article in front of it, typically to dictate that it is the subject of the to be verb, and then you'll have a predicate that comes after this. So in this case, we have hatheos estin kurios, God is Lord. Notice that kurios is in the nominative, but is not the subject of the to be verb. So that is what we call a predicate nominative. All right. So hope that was helpful with the to be verb, and we will continue on with our lectures and look for the next one on the Canvas page.